attitude. Grow fucking up, man. Grow up. You're 50 years old, dude. You're not a young chicken yourself. Lose that fucking weight. Get a better fucking attitude. And maybe, someday, someday my princess will come. Maybe you'll actually find a real woman that wants to be around you, not because you're going to pay for her time to go on the motorcycle. Hey, come with me here. Come with me here. Come with me here. Yeah, you got a lot of Filipinos that'll hop on board that little motorcycle. You know? Yeah, I'll go with you. Yeah, let's go to this town. It sounds like fun. Shit. The greatest put on ever. And he bought into that shit. Okay? He even tried to interfere with his friend or companion, Maria, trying to get her not to like Gilda. But the one good thing about Maria that I've ascertained is that she's her own free thinker. Let's cheer her on for that. She don't agree with all the shit that Nico's putting out, I guarantee you. I've heard it. I've heard it. She don't agree with how mean-spirited he is. She hung around with him because it was a free ride. Just a free ride. That's all it was. A free ride. He doesn't like the fact that I am established, that I am settled in. I don't care who gets the fucking house. What, I didn't know? I didn't know that the house is going to be hers? Come on, give me a little more credit than that. Something wrong with you, boy. Hey, man, I'm happy with the status quo. I don't understand why you get so uptight when it comes to me. Are you like in love with me or something? Are you jealous? Or what's the story? Maybe you're not a straight guy. What the fuck do we know? I don't know. Maybe you're doing some of the shit that Ricky does. Maybe you're putting tongues down lady boys for all the fuck we know. Would it surprise me? No, I'm not going to say it would surprise me. You're gutter trash, Nico. That's what you are. You look it, you act it, you talk it, and you're a green-eyed monster. You're a green-eyed monster. I'd like to see where you are 20 years from today. If you're even alive the next 5 fucking years. You want me on a slab, huh? I'll make a joke over my dead body. There you go. Hear that siren? Yeah, you might be hearing a few of those in the future, my friend. You got a really fucked up attitude. Yes, I don't. No, I don't like you. I never liked you. I don't think a lot of people like you. Because you are a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. You wanted a reaction? I'm giving you one. It'd be my last one. I'm going to say what I have to say. So, gotta wait your turn till your next video. Nico, you really are a joke. You really are a joke. But I enjoy when you do a live show. I'll tune in if I know that you're on. Of course. You're nothing but a green-eyed monster. You can't have what I have. Oh, call her a concubine. Call her whatever you want. You just don't have anything. Isn't that what the problem really is? Okay, who do we got here? Sofa King says, no woman wants Nico. I know that. Because I don't know what's stopping you from filing a case against Nico. He's clearly jealous. It's obvious, though. I had Gilda listen to the show a little bit while she was doing stuff on the phone. I go, is this guy jealous of us or what? She agrees. So in other words, my girlfriend is supposed to be living this horrible life, and she set me up like a sucker. Look, when I met her, she never even knew if I had a dime to my name. Pardon me, I'm drinking some lemon juice here. Okay, let me continue here before I hit the sack for the night here. Nico, one day you'll have what I have. And I understand that you're jealous. I understand that things really haven't worked for you. Even when you're in service, you got yourself all blown up. That's got to really suck. I understand that. Better you than me. That's for damn sure. You're paying for your mistakes. And you didn't raise your children half the time when they were young. Why don't you tell people the truth? Tell people the truth. You were too busy into drugs. Oh, but we can't talk about that. You were too busy into drugs and alcohol, and you're still busy with alcohol, and God knows anything else that you're into. What the fuck do I know? But I know you're into alcohol, that's for goddamn sure. There's no question about that. You're overweight, you're obese, which means you're not healthy, period. You'll be on a slab before I'll ever be on a slab. Now, the other thing was I was not knocking Ed Lippitt. Okay, Ed Lippitt means nothing to me. I don't have any emotion for Ed Lippitt. He was not exactly a good guy to me. I'll tell you that. Okay, so pardon me, pardon my sarong, if I don't give a shit about whether Ed Lippitt or Michael Fazio or Johnny Warrior or who else fucking kicked the fucking bucket. Because the truth is, they don't mean shit to me. May they be in a better place. I'll say something nice. May they be in a better place of the misery lives that they led, most of them. It's just a green-eyed monster speaking. Yeah, I know he's jealous. That's what it's all about. That's why I get a kick listening to this. And I set him off every time, just like clockwork. Every time. So every time I do a video, the same thing that happened with Fazio and others. Every time I did a video, they have to come back on. And they had to finish their sentence until I do another video and say something back. And then they come back. I keep them busy. I give them something to do with their life. They should be actually thanking me, not attacking me. They should be thanking me. Silver King says, Nico and these trolls will never be happy like you. You radiate joy. There you go. I know they are. Hey, this is not something that I can't see. It's transparent to me. It's absolutely transparent. That's what it is. That's why I get a real chuckle, and sometimes actually a verbal chuckle, actually a stomach belly laugh when I listen to these two jamolis. Popeye, who's hasn't got fucked since before his wife left him, has to ride a mobility scooter. Well, karma wasn't great to them. Karma wasn't great to Nico that he got his ass blown up. And Popeye with his rah America shit because he was in the fucking service. Yeah, okay. He figures, well, there's enough veterans out there to take my side and all that. I'm nothing against the veterans, but and how he blows up his history in the services, where I get my chuckles from. You would think that this guy was like a fucking special op or something, the way he acts. He cleaned fucking decks on his fucking ship. I guess that's a service, And he got to play guard and have a little gun at the gate. Wow. Then I understand he worked at Walmart for how many years afterwards. Popeye hasn't gotten laid in so many fucking years. He's beyond blue balls, man. He's hurting. He's hurting. He will probably never get laid the rest of his life. What's that? How do you know Popeye didn't get laid by Nico? Oh, I don't know. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Come on, Popeye. Sounds more like a penguin, really. Hey, look, if you can't have fun with this, then what's the purpose? Nico, look, I know you're jealous. I'm going to talk to you straight on. You got a loud mouth. I'd love you to say something to my girlfriend in front of her if we ever ran into each other. I would welcome this opportunity because I'd have a big-ass surprise for you, bro. You won't be leaving the Philippines. Not for a long time. Not for a long time. Okay? She's got family out here, too. Okay? You just openly say this kind of shit to her, you're going to deal with a whole lot more than her family. I'll tell you that. A whole lot more. Okay, I keep certain people in certain positions abreast of some of the shit that's going on. See, that's my ace in the hole. I record every one of your shows. All I have to do is make one fucking phone call. One phone call. One fucking phone call and sign a few pieces of paper. All right? And they'll hunt you down just like they did the other guy. You think I'm joking? Try it out. Oh, he would get pleasure. Oh, he would get pleasure out of showing his strength and his manliness of beating up a 70-year-old. That makes you a coward right there, Nico. Well, that'll be a real test of what you're made of. It's like when Ricky attacked Fazio, who was what, 68 at the time? Oh yeah, that's showing what a brave man you are. Is to say, "Oh, wait till I see you. Like you're gonna beat me up if I see you in a store." Try it. Try it. Let me know when you're gonna be in the Philippines, and tell me you're gonna. I'll tell you when I'm gonna be in one of these stores, and you come in the store, and you do whatever the fuck you want to do. Let's see how far you'll get with that. You won't be leaving the Philippines for a long, long time. In fact, you might be partners with the other guy. Something to think about there, Nico Rodriguez. Something to think about. I think you underestimate me. That's what I think. I think I'm totally underestimated by you. Totally. The green-eyed monster can't keep his mouth shut. Nico, do you have a girlfriend? Nope. Your prospects of getting a girlfriend? -0. Why? Your attitude, your demeanor, your looks, your obesity, and your whole disrespect for women, period. Where every reference to a woman out here is they're all hoes. Why do you come to the Philippines? For hoes? So in other words, you're saying that all these women are hoes. No wonder you can't get a fucking woman. I could see why. If it was me, I would not show as much. What am I going to do? Well, I know what I could do. I'm just waiting for the right moment. I'd love for him to confront me when he comes to the Philippines. Bad enough that I'm 20 years older than him. Bad enough. They'll get him for that. More heavier charges. He wouldn't be leaving the Philippines. He'll get to stay on the gratuity of the Philippines Republic. All talk, all bullshit. The bandana, the fucking tats, the braided hair, acting, speaking, trying to look and talk like a fucking gangster. You're 50 fucking years old. Grow up. Did you get out of your drugs? He had a drug pass. How could he even talk about me? Or anybody for that fact. The guy was a fucking druggie, which he admitted himself. What higher platform does that put you on, sir? You're not on a high platform. You're at the bottom of the fucking sewer. You're a lowlife. Best defined? A lowlife. That's what you are. You're a fucking lowlife. You know, not even worth it sometimes. And the fact is, she wasn't looking for a sugar daddy. She's always had money. Maybe you want to call me a sugar daddy or something. Or maybe you did. When I first met her, she didn't know whether I had a peso or not. She never asked Nickelodeon. She never even asked. She didn't care. Call her a concubine. She said, why don't you just say it and call her a whore? But you wouldn't. Nah, Nico wouldn't do that. Because he's all good and godly. And he was a serviceman, so he's got to be a good dude. Anyway. Well, whatever that means. Whatever that means. Look, I am not fazed by what Nico says, but I sure do get a lot of... You know why I get a lot of enjoyment from this? I'm going to tell you straight up. Because I know what life I'm living. He could say my life is horrible. He could say I don't have any money. He could say, you don't own the house. Which I actually do. It's really a 60-40 thing, but it's her house. I bought it for her. You jealous of that? I mean, Big E had to give you money just to make some of your fucking trips. What does that say about you? What does that say about you? And you're 50 years old and you still ain't got a girlfriend? Oh, I'm going to give him a mouthful tonight. That's exactly what I'm doing. Touche turtle. He is jealous. Even Popeye, dude, so fucking jealous. That's how I see it. That's exactly how I see it. The green-eyed monster speaks, and he's upset. He wants to see something happen to me. That's the kind of character he is. What woman would want a man like him, who thinks, who claims he's a godly man and everything else, but he wishes death upon me? That I should be on a steel slab? What woman would want an ill-thinking, psychologically unfit, low gutter, hanging fruit than him? It's got to be money, or the advantages of being with a foreigner that wants to take her around on a little scooter pie. Hey, let's go to this town. Just make it look like we're girlfriend and boyfriend, okay? I don't want people to think I come here all this time. I'm in the Philippines. I'm just hanging with this one chick. I'm not even having sex with because I probably can't have sex with him. Sickening, isn't it, guys? I know. Yeah. Soy payaso. Soy un payaso. I'll have to have Gilda. I have to ask her what that is. But I'll take your word. It sounds good. I don't know. What do you guys make of this, really? I never seen a guy fall apart so much. Well, I have, actually. I can name other people when it came in regards to me, how they just fall apart. Do you know why they're upset with me? Because I always have a comeback. I made people eat so much crow. Like I said, I ran out of fucking porcelain china. I ran out of plates. I served so many goddamn dishes of crow. They can't handle it. Oh, he's a clown. No matter what language you say it, he's a clown. Smile, though your heart is breaking. Laugh, clown, laugh. Smile, though your heart is aching. Laugh, clown, laugh. I always get the last laugh in here, guys. You know that. You know me for years. You've been listening to my show. They tried this and tried that, and they didn't succeed. Because there was nothing to succeed in. Because I wasn't breaking any laws. Okay? That's it. Okay? Somebody decided to test the grounds with me, and now he's been incarcerated about exactly almost 15 months in a building that should be fucking condemned. You saw with World Zoom, he gave a little bit more detail of that place. Couldn't be the home of a better person. Couldn't be a good place. I mean, but then again, free rent, electric, that's the best place he's ever had. The best living conditions he's ever had. I think there's certain people that should be thanking me that I got the fucking gagnoles to just tell it like it is. I'm not intimidated by anybody on here because I've always got an ace in my pocket anytime I want it. Nico just has to try and say, girls, okay, no, you're not coming in. Not tonight. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. I could just ramble on a whole lot more, but it's not even worth it. So, you obviously know it's going to be, this is historically the way it's been. Say something about somebody, they're going to do a show about you. They're going to come back on and say, oh, but you're this and you're that. You don't own anything. How do you know I don't own anything? What do you know about my so-called portfolio? What do you know? You don't know shit. You don't know shit. How am I buying a house? How do I own anything else? How do I renovate when I need a new appliance that breaks down? Where's all this money coming from? If I'm broke? Huh? Huh? Yeah. Don't make any sense. But then you never do. The jealousy in you is, anybody who listens to the way you ramble on about me, get any lay person to listen to your show and just tell them that he is talking about me. the first thing that's going to come out of their mouth is, why is this guy so jealous of you? Because that's what it seems to me. He tries to find every fault in me because he knows he's so full of fault. It's called being, well, he's a narcissist, that's for sure. Although he does admit that he's a prick out of his own words, his own mouth. I'm not saying it. That he's an asshole and that he's not really a nice guy. All right, that ends it all. That's why he says shit about me. Because he is a prick. He's not a nice guy. He's an asswipe. He's a guy that's not happy with how his life has been going. I mean, look what happened to the motherfucker. He gets fucking blown up. Gets blown up. Now he's living with it. Better you than me, pal. Better you than me. But I don't wish you on a slab. I don't go that low. I wouldn't wish it on you or even Popeye. Let karma take care of itself. I mean, look. The very people that were giving shit to me on YouTube are dropping like flies. Do you call that karma? I don't know. How would you define that? Yeah, Sophie King says a guy who calls you broke lives with his mom. Yeah. Exactly my point. That's his mom's house. It's not his house, okay? It's not his house. That's why he gets so upset if he makes a mistake there and overcuts a piece of grass or one of her flowers and she's going to fall apart if she sees that. What does that tell you right there? He don't own that fucking house. I don't know what maybe it's in the inheritance. He's taking care of the house because of that, but I don't, does he really own that house? I'm beginning to doubt that. Actually. He's the kind of guy that likes to blow his horn all the time, how great his life is. But look what he's going through. He's got to see a neurological doctor all the time. He talks about my health and so, what about my health? Had a kidney stone? Have an allergy? What about my health? What about it? I don't know anything else. Do you? Can you see? Like a CAT scan? A CT scan? Can you see the inside of my body? Do I have any developing diseases that I'm not even aware about? Maybe you could tell me. If you got a future, you got a crystal ball that tells all, tell me about it. See if you're right or not. But when's the last time that you went for a good evaluation? I bet you got kidney stones up the ass. I bet your heart is working overtime because of your weight. You'll be on that slab well before I will ever be on a slab. I can almost guarantee that. Well, I can't guarantee that. There's no guarantees in life, so death and taxes, but yeah, death. So you're invincible, huh, Nico? Is that what it is? Guy's a fucking joke. That's why I'll listen to his show. Well, you know it's going to be about me because he cannot get, it goes with every show, anybody throughout the history, okay? Every single show, he's going to talk about me. Why? Because I put that mirror in front of him and he gets really, really, really defensive. Why do you get defensive, Nico? Tell us the truth. Because you're really not living that life that you try to portray, and you're also happy. You have an anger problem. You have a self-image problem. It's apparent to everyone who listens to your show. And the way you and Popeye talk about me, you'd think that you were in love with me, and you were jealous that I actually have a life. And who are you to determine what life I have? Who do you determine what's in my girlfriend's head about me, or why she's with me, or why she's been with me this long, that it's all about money? That's one big setup. They're not all like that, Nico. Maybe you had some experiences. How much have you put out on women when you were in the Philippines and you just got fucking jilted after you spent a bunch of cash? Somebody else's cash, probably. You got nothing to boast about, Nico. Nothing. Like I said, if I was given a choice that you'll have 20 extra years to your life guaranteed. Or if I died, rather, To be you, I'd be youthful by 20 years. I wouldn't want that trade off to be you. It sucks to be you. It really does. Let's see. Oh, okay, read that comment already on there. Okay, guys, I'm not going to spend all night doing a show here. I'm going to wind down for the night. And I hate to tell you, Nico, but my health actually is pretty good. Okay, and if you say I'm broke, if it makes you feel better, then say I'm broke. But I don't know. How do I do all the things I do, Nico, if I'm broke? How do I do it? Magic? Do I got a money tree in the backyard? I wish I did. How do I do it if I'm so broke? You know, the doors in this house got three exits. They all go in and they all go out. If she didn't want to be with me, she could leave anytime she wanted. She chooses to be with me. Period. And that bothers you. So you want to call her a concubine. You want to talk about how many kids she had. Like, and what did you say about them? That they're all swill? What a nice guy this guy is, huh? He gets low to talk about her children. If you saw him, Gilda, in the fucking store and he spoke to you like that, what would you do?
I kicked it.
I can't hear you, and the
Okay.
microphone is over here. If he approached you in a store and he knocked you down and called you a concubine and started talking about your children, that they're all sewer and they're all swill and they're all low class, what would be your reaction?
Of course, I'm angry.
Yeah, how far would you go? Yeah. Of course you'd be angry, but you'd have an angry partner too. And you take for granted, or, well, to think that, well, Frank is like 70 years old and he doesn't have the power to do anything at all. The bigger you are, the harder you fall, motherfucker. We may have 20 years difference, but there's still fire in my furnace. You talk like that shit in person in front of my. You had a chance to do it on the ferry, motherfucker. What you're mad about Maria.
They always judgment for anybody. They don't judge themselves.
No, they won't judge themselves. They want to be judgmental. You're right. They want to be
Yeah.
judgment of everybody else.
Look at the mirror. If your face is perfect.
Yeah, look in the mirror if your face is perfect. You're busted up. You're broken down. You're a loser. 50 years old and he wants to act like a gangster. And look at the company he keeps sometimes. Amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. And Popeye? Oh, God, talking about a lost cause. Of course Popeye is so adamant about knocking me. Look where his life is. He's in an a mobility scooter. Enough said about that. His life didn't go the way he wanted to. His wife divorced him because he was very abusive to her. But I found little information out that she has her own business selling food, Asian food, in fact, and she has a good position. She got away from him. She's not going to get beat up by him. Him and his fucking scotch and his camels.
Yeah, because that two guys is all perfect, very perfect lives.
Right. They got a perfect life. Of course, she's being sarcastic, of course. They're not living the lives that they're trying to portray, people. But I got the balls to come on, and I'll confront him about this shit. I have no problem. I'm not intimidated by anybody. I don't care who the fuck you are. I've always got an ace in the hole when I want to deal with something. I always have an ace in the pocket, ace in the hole, and I'll deal with something as it comes up. I'll guarantee you that. To the day I fucking die. You're a pussy, Nico. That's all you are. And you're never going to find a real girlfriend that wants you and likes you for who you are because there's nothing to like. You have a foul mouth. Every other word is fucking this, fucking that, fucking this. The way you dress, the way you look, the way you present yourself, the way you talk down on people. You think somebody is going to stay with you, seriously stay with you, You're not a woman's man, okay? Maybe you should go the other way if you don't already. We don't know for sure. Maybe you're sucking on Popeye's dick, making a little 40-minute trip or 40-mile trip to go visit him, and maybe you're having little private sessions with him that we don't know about. All talk. All talk radio, all day long, 24 hours a day. All talk radio. Yeah, we should be on a radio show. Tell us how you really feel, Nico. Tell us how you really feel. I don't think you told me yet how you really feel. Tell me how you really feel. Are you upset, Nico? Are you upset, Nico? I got a lady that's 20 years younger than me. We got a house. We're settled in. I apparently got money to survive and more. That I'm happy. She's happy. That's really killing you, isn't it? Green-eyed monster. Green-eyed monster. That's what you are. I know. Always lives with his mom most of the time till she goes back to Boston. Never untying those apron strings. He's very insecure. But who is this guy who admits, did you hear what I said? Underline the word admits, that he was into drugs. That growing up, he was a piece of shit. Low-hanging fruit to society. He didn't raise his kids on his own. He talks about, well, Frank don't talk much to his daughter, or talk to his daughter. Putting words in her mouth, putting words in my mouth. It is what it is. And I do have a family, and the kids do respect me. They do respect me. You don't have a family. Oh, okay. Your daughter comes around with the kid. Okay. You got your mommy. But the day we ever see you in a relationship, a real relationship with a real woman who's not looking for a free motorcycle ride to the next town or some backpackers resort of some sort called a resort, a backpackers hotel because you cannot afford to live in a decent place when you make your trips to Hawaii, that's a good one, when you make your trip to the Philippines, you ain't got shit. And you could wish me dead, you could wish me on a slab, we're all gonna be there. And guess what, Nico? So will you. And I think far before I'm ever on a goddamn stale slab. But unlike you, I don't wish that on you. That really differentiates the kind of person I am and the person you are. I don't wish you on a slab. I just hope karma just does a damn good job on you and continues to do it. Dying is too easy. It's too easy. You got to suffer a little bit, Nico. I think you've been suffering this whole time. You can't even think about what to talk on your show except two things. Your stupid fucking lawn and talking about me, or else nobody, to sound familiar by the way, nobody will come to your show unless you create drama. Now, on the other hand, he wants to kiss and suck Popeye's dick because he wants Popeye to be so, he needs Popeye to feel proud of his, prodigal son there, the dad he never had. And that's the only way, and he said it himself, he doesn't have much friends. He doesn't have much friends. No, I didn't like Ed Lippert at all. But, never wished death on Ed Lippert. He had a mouth, I couldn't even understand him half the time. Sound like mumbles on Dick Tracy. But I wish him peace. If there is something as peace when you die, I wish him peace. Hope he has a happier endeavor. That's all. I got compassion for people, but it doesn't mean I have to respect them. Attacking me, my girlfriend, you only wish in your wildest fucking dreams that you could get lucky enough to find a woman like I have. A woman who respects me, that I respect, who's going to be with me to the day I die. I'll have that hand to hold when I have my last breath. Where are you going to be? Nobody respects you, Nico. They think you're a joke. They think you're a clown. And I certainly do. Yeah, he wants Popeye's chorizo. Yeah, you got that right. Compassion is for the weak. Frank is a modern day Nietzsche. I'm not sure of that word. Okay. Anyway, thanks for hanging in and listening. I thought I'd do this before I hit the sack, get a little satisfaction. And I think it's really sad how these people are living. Look, here's a statement I'm going to make. Am I complaining about my life here? My relationship? And I do have a family, and they do respect me. Okay? Now, he makes a referral that the kids doesn't talk a lot to me. They do. They know English. Sometimes they get pretty shy to get that nosebleed that they call, that have to force to speak English. I respect that. I understand that. The kids are like this. When you talk to them, they'll talk back. It's hard for some of the kids, maybe the youngest one really, that doesn't have a good, well, doesn't have the best grasp of English, although he speaks English and understand a lot of it. Good kids are all good kids. All her kids got their head together. They got their shit together. Scholarships in school. There's three going to college as we speak right now. Yeah, she's got the money to pay for that. So where are we broke? It's all wishful thinking. They can't have my life. But you know what? I'm living my life. No matter what they say or hope that happens to me, or that I'm unhappy in my relationship, or she's unhappy with me, you don't know that. You don't know that. But it sounds good to say it. It makes you feel better, doesn't it? Okay, German philosopher. Okay, I'm not much into German philosophers. I'm going to end the show right here. Nico, you couldn't shine my shoes, and you'll never be up to my level. I don't think you made it out of high school. You were too busy taking drugs. You were too busy taking drugs, Mr. Perfect. So you're in no position at all to talk shit about me. Doesn't matter where I wound up in my work life. I managed to go to college in a couple of them, and I graduated. You didn't make it out of high school. You decided to hang with the wrong crowd. You were a druggie, motherfucker. You were a fucking druggie. A low class fucking druggie. Alcoholic. Talk about being on the slab. You'll be on the slab with a tag on your toe well before I will. You're obese. You're not healthy. What are the odds that you're going to live to my age? Don't bet any money on that, and don't hold your breath. Because as long as you're obese, and as long as you got that nasty attitude that you have, you're going to be lonely for the rest of your life. I don't have to worry about that. I got what I wanted, and I'm happy with what I got. You can make up all the stories in the world about who she is and why she's with me, but only I know better, and that's all that matters. But if it makes you feel good about yourself to constantly be on the attack of me, you and your boyfriend Popeye, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out.
All right, the end of this show. I think he's a little bit upset. Oh well. Guys, thanks for coming in. I hope you enjoyed the simulcast and have a good day.